Welcome to What's on Yours, a weekly chat about books, music, movies, and TV. I'm Michael Hennessy.
And I'm Cindy Smith.
How are you doing, Cindy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Pretty well. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
The luck of the Irish be with you.
I have my green mug of tea.
I have green tea too. Not in a St. Patrick's Day mug.
That's the Irish owl.
The Irish owl, that's it.
And you've got a greenish shirt on.
Greenish, sort of ish.
Okay. Nice. So, any celebrations for St. Patrick's Day up in your neck of the woods?
Not that I know of.
I just remembered all the children at school are getting McDonald's green shamrock shakes today.
Are you serious?
There was a message on the phone last night. They're getting like 200 shamrock shakes in, and they have extras for people who have gluten issues, or there's alternatives. So shamrock shakes at the school.
They never had that when we went to school.
I thought that was pretty nice.
What a ripoff!
Yep. Well, and yesterday was Daniel's birthday. So
Happy birthday!
He gets to have his St. Patrick's Day shake today, and tomorrow's my anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get something Irishy, I guess. Not really.
A Klondike ring.
What's that?
Klondike ring.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jennifer's not much into jewelry.
Okay.
Particularly.
I helped her out.
Yeah, I think what she'd like to have is maybe
a trip to Ireland.
A trip, a salon trip, or someplace out of the house for a while.
Okay.
For
You
a few
have
hours.
to tell Jennifer that I was helping her out.
Oh, I will.
I
I
offered her
will.
jewelry. I offered her a trip.
Well, when we hit the lottery this week, we'll be doing the trip.
That's it.
So, St. Patrick's Day, we got some books, Irish related in one way or another. What do you have on the dock?
I am reading Carrier of the Mark by Leah Fallon.
Okay.
It's a girl who lives in America that ends up going to Ireland, and to her surprise, she feels more at home there than she did in America.
Oh, okay.
Sounds really good. It's been out for quite a while now, and I've had it because it's got such a pretty cover.
Oh, okay.
So now with that theme, I'm going to read at least half of it today.
Nice. Okay. Very good.
And you?
And was that something that? How did you come across that book?
Being a book blogger, you get to see covers and everything. So somebody had posted this book,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked the cover, so I went and I bought it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Based on the cover.
So when you review that, that's going to be on Cindy's Love of Books, then.
That's right.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent. And did you have any other books coming up?
I have nothing. That's it for now.
Okay.
But Terry Spears books always have like an Irish setting to them.
Oh, okay.
Once again, mentioning Terry Spears.
Terry Spears, that's one of your faves, huh?
One of my faves.
Well, we can wish her happy St. Patrick's Day. Send it out
That's
there.
it. St. Patrick's Day.
My book, it was one that I had read a long time ago, of How the Irish Saved Civilization, like Thomas Cahill. The first time I read it, I was actually in Halifax, and I basically ordered a bottle of wine at the Economy Shoe Shop. I found a little nook and drank the bottle of wine and read that book over the span of an evening. So by the end of the evening, I was feeling no
okay?
pain. I was quite enjoying the book, too. So getting that book back out, dusting it off, and taking another read of it.
With another bottle of wine?
Not much wine drinking these days, but St. Patrick's Day I might have to.
I might have to just take one for the team.
And I can recommend the book. It's a great book. That's a span of time in the early Middle Ages, basically after the fall of the Roman Empire, and essentially how a lot of the monks in Ireland essentially saved a lot of the literature, a lot of the classics, and were able to disseminate them again later on when Europe emerged from the Dark Ages. So it's not it sounds like a hyperbole when you say how the Irish saved civilization, but really, if it wasn't for those monks and the texts that they saved, a lot of those would have just been completely lost. But as it was, in remote Ireland, a lot of those texts were able to re-enter into Europe later on. Not
Okay.
so easy back then when you couldn't just copy and paste and email somebody.
That's it.
You know,
The
the
good
book.
old paper and the pen.
They had I mean, if you look at see pictures of the Book of Kells and I guess calligraphy and then the intrinsic work that they do in some of the lettering, you know, they spent a lot of time doing it, and they spent some of the people just that's all they did was just copy and write.
That's it.
We're so lucky these days. Go out online, find something you like, share it, email it across the world.
That's
copies
it.
and copies.
Copy paste.
But I'll tell you one thing that'll be interesting in 100 years. See what's left of all the correspondence now. Nothing.
Yeah. No. It's going to be all like mind reading.
I mean, 25 years.
Power.
If someone gave you an 8-track, what would you do with it? Would you be able to get anything off it now?
No.
5
I
1/4
couldn't.
inch floppy disk from computers that some people remember at high school that others don't.
Yeah.
So, so
I remember that.
What's that?
I remember that.
Yeah. Movies. I'm a big movie fan. There's a couple of good movies. A family-friendly movie, Into the West. Gabriel Byrne's in that. That takes place in Ireland. Two young boys basically come across a horse. They want to be cowboys. And the horse gets taken away from them, and they decide to get the horse back. Gabriel Byrne is their father. It's a great general family film,
Okay.
centered in Ireland. In the Name of the Father, great performance by Daniel Day-Lewis in that. Pete Postlethwaite was his dad. Emma Thompson as the lawyer, based on a true story. Excellent movie. Same year as Schindler's List came out. I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis just rocks it. It's a fantastic performance in it. I recommend that movie if you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
He's basically falsely imprisoned and tortured to get a false confession from him for IRA bombing, and basically it's the trials to get him out. So really good movie, and timely too. Actually, when you think of it, how the torture and rendition and false confessions are, or since 9/11. Yeah,
That's it.
interesting to take another look at that. And that was back in the 70s. So movies on your end?
I feel like I don't watch enough movies to begin with. And then when I have to look up for themes, and I realize I don't watch a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And one that I was clearly mistaken about was A Princess Bride.
Mistaken how?
I thought it took place in Ireland, but apparently some of the stuff was filmed in Ireland. So it wasn't an Irish kind of movie.
Well, I think that's why people say, "Oh, it looks so pretty." Well, you get the green dells of Ireland, right?
See?
The rolling hills. Yep.
Yep. That's what I thought.
That's a well referenced movie for sure.
That's
Princess
it.
Bride. No
Yeah.
leprechauns in it though.
No leprechauns in it, though.
I should mention Leprechaun though. That is an Irish related movie, a psychopathic leprechaun. And Jennifer Aniston's, I believe, her first big movie before she hit Friends or anything like that.
Okay.
So, just because I'm into writing the horror movies and stuff now. So.
Okay. I haven't seen it. There we go.
No.
Whatever.
Now, what about your Irish tinged music?
The Corrs are one of my favorites.
Now, is it brothers and one brother and a couple sisters, or how are they related, or?
See, now you're going to ask me something I'm not prepared for. I think they are. They're somewhat related.
Now, they had the big hit Runaway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even now, you don't really hear them, a lot of them, but they're always coming out with new songs, and it's just I've always wondered, how come I never hear it?
Mm-hmm.
So.
I guess it's more like adult pop. Yeah.
I think it's more adult than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Forgiven Not Forgotten, that was their big album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was mid-90s, I think. That was the big
That's-
album that got them on the scene, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I mean, do you use iTunes?
I do use iTunes.
So, just going to reference U2 pushing out that free album
Yeah.
to 500 million people, and
Mhm.
it's like people always find something to complain about. They complain about that they got this album for free or what have you. I mean, granted, it was a little kind of creepy that you go to your iTunes album and there's something there that you didn't, go ahead and download, but
Mhm.
at the same time complaining that you got something for free. Just
I never got that album.
it would be in your library. If
My
you sign
library,
into
I'll
your
have to
account.
check it out.
Yeah, at that last one. And it's a decent album too.
Why are people complaining?
Well, I guess I sort of, I mean, I understand a little bit that it was pushed out to their content without them asking for it.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's a free album.
That's it. That's the way I look at it as a reviewer standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
because that's something free that I got.
But I mean, some people took it a little bit to the extreme of complaining about it. How dare they do that? Blah 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 blah.
But yet, I'm sure they were the first ones that were listening to it before they criticized it. I don't know.
Some people, I mean, you just can't please some people.
That's it.
So,
Exactly.
and I mean, you got the classic Irish, the Dubliners as well.
Yeah.
Those the old school Irish Rovers, the
Irish
Unicorn.
Rovers. Why couldn't I have thought of that one?
the Unicorn. The Unicorn. I remember that was turned into a drinking song where you had to mimic the long-necked eagles and the humpty-back camels and long-necked geese. Yeah.
I never took part in that game. Sorry.
Oh well.
Must have been
a whole lot. You did miss.
Must have been like a university game, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. That's right.
Like in the East Coast.
On the East Coast, yes. There's some Irish bands that travel around.
Yeah.
But I mean, they hit a lot of the campus pubs, so that's where it was. Right. And Hot House Flowers, they were around the same time as the Corrs.
That's ours.
Hot House Flowers, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure if they're still working together or not.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, they were good. I enjoyed them too.
Yeah.
So, and books, music, movies, TV. What are we looking at for TV?
I have nothing for the Irish per se.
What about the luck of the Irish? How did your picks make out to win the whole thing?
Talking about Amazing Race. I am sad because Team New Kid is out.
Team New Kid.
Yes.
No luck of the Irish.
No luck of the Irish there.
What about Survivor? The Mailman. Is the Mailman still in the running?
Mailman's still there. They did another Blind Side again this week,
What's that?
where they, the group who were together, kind of said, no, you're not being booted out. We're going to do somebody else. And then they go to tribal council and they voted that person out. And she had no idea.
Really?
Yep.
And what did you think of the strategy involved?
No, this one was good because, not to be judgmental.
Oh, come on, be judgmental.
Be judgmental. She lost her hearing.
Okay.
So she really wasn't interacting with the group. But every time she wasn't interacting with the group, she would blame it. Oh, well, you're blaming me because I can't hear, or you don't think I'm strong enough to take part.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was just an error in judgment where they didn't include her in the challenge. But she
Got the boot?
She got the boot.
Oh, well.
She was using her disability, a little too much.
Yeah. Well, no sympathy on the Survivor front, huh?
No. But you can't use that. I remember the very first episode of Big Brother, where I can't remember the guy's name, but he had only one leg.
Okay.
And he did not let nothing stop him. And he never used that as his crutch. Well, I can't do this because I only have one leg. I can't.
Was that intentional? Did you say crutch intentional?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But no, it was just, you can't use that as your strategy. Oh, well, I can't hear you, so, you've got to keep me. Or I've got a disability, you have to keep me.
That's not going to work when people are on the line to win $1 million or what? What do you win for
That's
Big
it.
Brother?
Pardon me?
What do you win for Big Brother?
Big Brother. Isn't it $1 million?
Oh,
Half a million?
I thought it was. I thought it was significantly less, like 100,000 or something.
No, that's a Canadian one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
100,000 in Canadian Tire money.
That's it. Not even Canadian Tire money now. They have a little card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's when you go onto these game shows, you can't use your disability as your advantage because it's not going to work because everybody's there to win money.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't have sympathy.
No, I'm sorry. If I'm on a reality show with somebody who has a disability, I'm sorry. I've got to advance my game. If you're not doing anything but hindering my game,
I think we should get an application in for you to join one of these shows.
no, I don't think so.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't
you and
think.
Michael.
No, I'd be the one crying in the room because nobody likes me.
Listen, if you've managed the hockey team for this long, I mean, you'd be kicking some butt, I think.
I don't think so. Maybe Big Brother Canada. That would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a couple people here from town. That Meredith. Meredith is one of them. Remember Meredith Woods?
Yep.
Her and one of the other women here in town. They do the Destination Bathurst or Experience Bathurst videos. Mm-hmm. They both applied for that one, I think.
Okay.
Amazing Race, Canada. Yeah. Well, my show, Irish related, Father Ted. It's a funny Irish comedy from quite a while ago. Mm-hmm. 3 priests are basically sent off to a small little church outpost, basically, in far off to the coast of Ireland. One of them had a gambling problem, one of them had a drinking problem, and one of them was just a troublemaker, basically. Okay.
Sounds like a joke somewhere.
You know, yeah. But it's a very funny show, and there's lots of actors that you would see on there that you now recognize as being big in other shows. I'm just thinking of one. I don't know if you've watched Orphan Black yet. Season 3 starts up in April. I'm going to mention that. But the mother from that show, or the stepmother from that show, Maria Doyle Kennedy, she's in that show. She was in The Commitments. She was in The Tudors, I think. She was in a bunch of different shows. She was in Father Ted a long time ago. So it's a lot of those things where, I recognize that person, may not know the name kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, funny show though. Funny. It's situational. And there's always somebody who continually gets in trouble either with the church or with the parishioners or with his competitor at church from a nearby parish. So it's really more about human nature, really, more than anything else.
Okay.
You know, yeah, the foibles and just the quirks that people do to try and if you're in competition with somebody else or if you make a mistake and how do you go about fixing it or how do you cover it up and yeah. Mm-hmm. And it has some specificity, but it uses universal. Like when it gets that specific, you can apply universally.
Okay.
In a strange kind of way. Yeah. Interesting. So if you ever see it, take a watch. It's good for a couple laughs.
That's it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So that was St. Patrick's Day.
That's it.
We are going to have, I'm not sure, we'll probably have some broccoli, probably have some potatoes. I'm not sure what else we're going to do for St. Patrick's Day. Daniel has the Shamrock Shake. Are you a fan of the Shamrock Shake?
I don't like the Shamrock Shake.
No?
I don't know. I think it's just too minty for me.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just too much.
Okay.
Like, maybe if it was just less, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. I get you. Well, I am going to try and get some luck of the Irish. I'm going to buy this week's lottery ticket today. See if we can win that lottery. I will again publicly pledge that if I win the lottery, that you will be all set for BEA for the foreseeable future.
Now you got to take your wife to Ireland. Remember that.
I had taken a leave of absence from work 7 years ago to go to Ireland, but that was when my father was first diagnosed with cancer, the first time through. So I pushed that off. I planned to go to Ireland, but that got sidelined. So a trip to Ireland is in the cards at some point.
It's in there.
Yeah.
You're putting it out there.
Yeah. I will get to Ireland. Maybe I'll run the Dublin Marathon.
Oh.
I'd like to do that. Did the one in Boston. I had planned to do the Dublin Marathon too.
Okay.
But then that'll probably be the last marathon I do.
Really?
Marathons, I'm not built for marathons. Yeah, the Boston one really took a whole heck of a lot out of me. 5Ks, 10Ks, yeah, I like those. But I need to get back into that.
Hear you.
Yeah. So what about you? Are you going to take a trip over to the Emerald Isle, or you just
One day.
bypass that and go right over to Hungary?
One day.
Or-
One day we'll make our way back over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Well, I mean, for your travel coming up, you've got the BEA coming up.
A BA coming up in 2 months and some odd days.
Okay. So leading up to the BEA, do you think we might be able to get some of your travel mates to come on, or we might do
hoping.
a preview of the BEA?
I'm hoping. It'll definitely be previews.
Okay.
Definitely previews.
Excellent. That'd be great. And I'm gonna there's a illustrator here in town. I'm gonna try and talk with him to come on. I'm gonna have him chat on the show. See what's on his iPad. He's big into illustrating for children's books and that. So
Okay.
see what he has to say.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and some more surprises. And this is our mini milestone, episode 10.
We're officially in double digits.
That is nice to see. It's nice to
Double
see.
digits.
So we're gonna work on some more shows coming up in the future, and get some guests
course.
in here.
Yep.
And we're gonna change up the video a little bit.
Yep.
It'll be nice.
A whole bunch of surprises happening.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Well, that's it for me for St. Patrick's Day episode.
Same here.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
yeah, have a great weekend.
Have a good week. Talk to you next week.
Did I say weekend? I meant have a great week.
Weekend, same thing.
I'm already thinking, it's only Tuesday. I'm already thinking forward to the end of the week.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Spin the wheel, see what day it is.
That's it.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Cindy.
Have a good week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.